Okay.
Is that okay for you? Did I hit record? Can we do that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I like how you got serious. We were joking. We were talking about how much of a pain in the butt it is to, I got to blow my nose. I got to wash my hands, blow my nose, wash my hands, put lotion on my hands, then have to blow my nose. And the whole cycle starts all over again. It was great. We were having it. We were jazzing it up, baby. And then I said, we're going to hit record, and you got all serious. Don't get serious. This is not a serious chat. We're rolling the dice today, baby.
Do I seem to be serious right now?
Yeah, no need to be serious. Good-looking guy like you, parlance of our times.
Oh, thank you so much for the compliment.
You're welcome. Working with Gary with 2 R's. Gary with 2 R's is listening in.
All right.
Beautiful. There we go. Hello, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris. And today on the Rock and Roll Podcast, we have ROLLIN DICE. They've got a new album called Reroll. And maybe I'm a little bit hazy on this one, Antonis. It's released on Vinyl Store Records. Is that correct?
Yeah, vinylstore.gr. It's a company that is here in Greece, Thessaloniki, and it's a new company trying to do things properly with underground bands and releasing their material, mainly heavy stuff, doom, heavy rock, and stuff like that.
Okay, and I guess you guys are heavy. Well, I don't know. Are you heavy rock? You guys are. I call you guys sexy rock.
Ooh, that's nice. That's the first time I hear that. But we'd call ourselves bluesy heavy rock, because we have some bluesy elements, and we've taken them and made some heavy riffs, and that's all. That's what can we say.
Mm-hmm. Okay, makes sense to me. And I'm on the website now, vinylstore.gr. And the only reason I can read a little bit of Greek is because I studied Russian. And if anybody doesn't know,
really?
there was a Greek monk named Sirius who created the Cyrillic alphabet, and that's why it looks so similar. Yeah,
it has some similarities. It has some, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I imagine this word right here, propa. But I guess that's okay. But the only reason I know that that's a P and that's an R is because it's the exact same thing in Russian.
It means pre-order.
Boom! See,
yeah.
I'm learning Greek every day, baby. We're doing some pre-orders here.
You're learning very fast. You're a fast learner.
Why? Thank you. How do I say thank you in Greek?
Ευχαριστώ.
Ευχαριστώ.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look up how to say that. In the meantime, while I'm looking that up, welcome Antonis to the show so we can share some more about what's going on with ROLLIN DICE.
Didn't hear you? Sorry?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, welcome to the show, baby.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Indeed. Okay. Oh, man, that is crazy. How do I say that? Okay. Even though you just told me how to say that, I'm looking at how to say that. Anyway, we're going to move on from how to say thank you in Greek because my brain shut off. But let's get back more to chatting about this particular project because I dig it. I know you said bluesy, heavy rock. I get that. I imagine you guys are in really tight faded jeans in a van, cruising through the Greek countryside, picking up babes.
Mainly that.
Mainly that. And a couple of singles that we wanted to chat about today were With You and Into the Fire. And I was rocking Into the Fire actually when we started the call, and something I found that's really unusual, and I'm glad the song never stops, it never ends. But I guess since all the other tracks on the album are, well, except for Walking Away 6 minutes long. But this one seems so out of the ordinary. Why is this track one that you wanted to chat about today, and why is it so long?
Well, we wanted always to experiment and do something with a big length, and write many riffs, many changes, solos, and passing from a part to another with something complex in between, and because we really love Rush and all the prog movement from the 70s, and we wanted to do it with Into the Fire. We thought that the lyrics could help us do it, and all the thematic we used, and we were excessively jamming in the studio while we were writing this song, and we were asking ourselves what you just asked me, and we decided that we should just stop talking about it and just let it flow. Let's see what comes out of it, and it was something really fresh. So we decided to keep it that way, and we really liked it in the end. It was very good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm reading the lyrics now. Breathe without a sound. These times are not that clear. The air is hot and dry now. We live in too much fear. I'm speculating, though, that this song was not written about coronavirus.
No, it was not written coronavirus. This song was written like a year before coronavirus, but it has to do with the environmental change we have. Each summer the temperatures are getting higher and higher, and things are getting like drier and drier each time, and we wanted to portray that kind of everyday life during the summer.
Okay. So does the record have, I don't know if I want to call is climate change a political concern for you, or is it just a concern?
It depends how you want to see what political means, and what is political and what is not political. I mean, okay, it's of course a personal concern, but I think it's also a political matter right now. We have to act fast, and having just a concern and communicating with other people might make it political. So it depends on how you see things. I think it is political.
Okay, because I was going to ask, is the album a political album? But I didn't know if I should phrase it that way. But I think maybe you understand my question.
I understand you. Yeah. No. The album as a whole, it's not political. That song, it is political.
Okay. So is this track like a standalone track? You guys were jamming and rocking, and this track just kind of came into being. The album being called Re-Roll, is that just a play on the band name Rollin Dice, or is there a theme otherwise to maybe say the other 7 tracks?
Well, to be exact, Re-Roll is a procedure you have to follow in the game Dungeons and Dragons, where you have to re-roll the dice in order to change the stats of your characters,
Got to get my wife involved. My wife plays D&D.
Oh, great. Okay. So, we're kind of big nerds ourselves. So we chose that name due to our love to this game, and because, changing the stats of your character means that you have to change as a character as well. And during the summer of 2018, we had a serious health issue with one of our members that changed our perspective on life. So we chose that name. We thought it was the best suited name.
Okay. Rollin, was it 21? Is that what it is? Rollin 21s?
21s. I hope.
Is that what it is? 21s? I'm trying to remember the big thing that you try to roll for in D&D.
It's 20. 20.
Okay, 20. Oh, that's right. The year 2020 was supposed to be the year of D&D.
Really?
Yeah, because you get 2 20s. I think my wife is coming down right now. Schnooks, is that you? Okay, come quick. Wasn't 2020 supposed to be the year of D&D?
Yes, it was.
Okay, why is that?
Oh.
20, the 2 double criticals.
Double critical roll, baby.
Nice.
Two
She knows that. Good.
D20s. Yeah. No, my wife knows it. I grew up making fun of the kids who would go to play D&D. You guys probably have a similar restaurant in Greece. Here in North America, we have like a Denny's or an IHOP where you go at like 3:00 in the morning and you can get, a meal. And there would be kids playing D&D, and I would laugh at them. I would just laugh from the other table. And then I ended up falling in love with one of them.
Oh, nice story.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays people are not playing D&D here. Just 90s kids, like what's been left of them, and we're the last of them. So yeah, we're the last people playing here.
Oh,
to tell
all
you the
right.
truth.
He's one of the last kids playing D&D in Greece.
Crippled God then.
Crippled who?
Crippled God.
Crippled God. Have you heard of Crippled God?
No, not
I've
right
heard.
now. I don't remember something.
Okay, apparently they make minis and they're from Greece. The Greek
From
minis.
what edition is it?
From what
The
edition?
Crippled God.
All over.
All over.
All
apparently.
over. Yeah, right now. That doesn't remind me
Okay.
something.
He doesn't know, but thank you so much for your help, Schnooks. Right here, right now on Rock and Roll Podcast, my wife, Schnooky Putzi. Schnooky Putzi is German for sweetie pie, and why I decided to start calling her when we were dating Schnooky Putzi, I don't know, but it stuck. She likes it. So from now on, she's my little Schnooks, my Schnooky Putzi. And she's kissing me, and I put it to my heart so my heart can beat for another minute. Okay. Now, speaking of the track With You, what is this track about? Whom are you with?
Well, no one.
Oh,
Unfortunately, no one. And With You talks about a guy who has an obsession, let's say, with a girl.
No.
It's a classic love story. Well, not a classic love story, a classic rejection story that makes the guy even more obsessed with her.
I was just reading something about this. We'll get into this. Be good.
Okay. And he's like, I'd wish I'd spend a night with you. That's what the lyrics say. So that's what with you means practically.
Wow, that's creepy.
Yeah, that's that. The protagonist is a creepy guy. Yeah, he's.
I bet he is. Because I was just recently reading some spiritual literature specifically related to Taoism. So if anybody is not familiar with Taoism, it's essentially, I guess, what you would call Chinese spirituality. It's not a religion per se, but it's a deep running spirituality type of. I wouldn't even call it a system. It is a system. It's not a system. It's crazy. But anyway, and this will sound particularly Buddhist because we could argue that as Buddhism took shape, it borrowed from Taoism, which had already existed at that time. That desire for something only creates further separation from that thing, which then creates more desire, which then creates more separation. So here we have Mr. Creepo, who's got all this desire, this unrequited desire, which then creates separation from what he wants, which then creates more desire, and Mr. Creepo gets even creepier.
Yeah, that's how it gets. That's exactly how it gets. That's
Man.
But that was not what I had in my mind, But that's exactly how it goes. And I mean, haven't you had a story like that in your life? Don't you know someone that had something like that in their lives?
I was
like
that creepy kid. I was that creepy kid.
Not the creepy kid.
Oh.
I mean the obsession with obsession. Okay, not stalking that the other person or trying to harm them. I'm not talking about things like that. I'm talking about thinking about the other person the whole time, like feeling truly in love with her, with the other person. Don't you have an event like that in your life?
Mm-hmm. I think we just witnessed it with my wife.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I think the interesting thing with regard to that is And especially for people out there who are struggling with relationships or trying to find a relationship and maybe are kind of tuning in a little bit right now. Well, how can you not desire something to then not create a separation? It starts to create so what I'm looking for, not a quahog, but like it's like a mud bog or something. Or maybe that could be a quahog. It starts to create some very interesting mental what have yous. But like with my wife, I love my wife. However, I'm not obsessed with my wife. I'm obsessed with loving my wife.
That's the difference. You're the healthy type of guy who loves his wife, but there are people that are not that healthy type of guys. Okay, the song does not talk about those type of guys. He's the protagonist is somewhere in the middle. He's he's seeing it from, let's say, a romantic point of view, but okay, he's kind of creepy. I don't know if you get it. It's somewhere in between. It's not exactly obsession or love. It's, don't know how to call it.
Yeah, it's what happens at 4 minutes and 16 seconds in the music video for With You, where it shows some poor girl on a rooftop playground tied to a springy chair.
Yeah, that's kind of extreme, but he hugs her in the end.
Good. That makes me feel better.
I can tell you that he sets her free afterwards.
Well, that's good.
Well, you cannot see it on the video, but it's in the bloopers. I have the bloopers.
Okay, good. Keep the bloopers under lock and key there. Take us through this music video, because you'd mentioned, and we've seen in the news in the Mediterranean area, kind of in general, Greece, Italy, Spain, heavily hit by coronavirus. This video was released, though, in, middle of summer, kind of ish.
Yes. Yeah.
How did you guys do this music video?
Well, practically we recorded it before the coronavirus hit us here in March 2020, because we were planning to release a re-roll back in the spring of 2020, but because the coronavirus outbreak came, we had to reschedule it. So we had the video already filmed, so we released it during the summer.
Okay, is that what happened with the album? Did you guys have it already recorded and in the can and then set up? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we had it recorded during the summer of 2019, and we were planning to release it during the next spring. But we had to reschedule everything, all our organization.
Next spring never happened.
Yeah, it's like we skipped it, and we skipped everything. Everything in our lives has been skipped. We have to reschedule everything.
Yeah, it's like science fiction, baby, but it's science reality. Yeah. Now, it was a play on words, because one of the track number 7 is science fiction. Now, I guess my question then is, how did you guys treat this year? Because I imagine you said you were going to release it in spring, then probably, I'm imagining, follow up with tours, festivals, all the likes that happen, in your area, and all across Europe and whatever else. So what have you guys done with the year then? How did you take the original plan and turn it into whatever it is that's happening now?
Well, practically we had plans for touring in Greece mainly, and in festivals all around Greece. We were in the talks, of doing a few shows around Europe. Not that many, but a few shows would have been fine. But when the coronavirus outbreak came, we stopped every procedure we had already started. And we thought that we didn't want to keep the album hidden. We had already told our people that it has been recorded, it's ready. We had teased the video filming and everything. So we wanted to give the music to the people because it is our belief that life should not stop even during this outbreak. We have to carry on doing things, acting and creating. And so we chose to give the album the September that just passed, and we think it was the right thing to do. We didn't want to keep it for ourselves anymore.
That's right, baby. That's right. Okay. Well, we chatted about With You. We chatted about Into the Fire. We chatted about, well, there is a lyric video for Into the Fire. And then there's a music video for With You. We chatted about the album Re-Roll. We had a guest spot with my beautiful wife. We chatted about COVID. We chatted about how Gary has 2 R's in his name. We talked about desire only creating separation. So become desireless and end the suffering of separation. That was deep. I just wanted to take a pause there.
Yeah, that was very deep. Actually, I cannot truly understand it. Becoming desireless in order to overcome separation. You kind of become something like a monk.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard.
Yeah. Well, it's,
and deep.
It is deep. Well, especially because you're in Greece. I imagine everybody in Greece lives on the beach. I'm probably wrong, but yeah. Okay.
You are.
Okay.
But I wish we'd lived on the beach the whole year. It would have been better.
Okay. Because there's a story to embody that philosophy that is the wave crashes upon the sand and the sand says, "How are you, wave?" And the wave says, "I'm okay, but I'd love to become a part of the ocean. Do you know how I can do that?" And it's the idea that we'll stop desiring to be a part of the ocean because that's creating the separation, because it's not even a real separation, because the wave already is the ocean.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how many times in life are we using language to create an artificial situation and then filling that artificial situation with energy, hence the desire creating separateness. But all we have to do is just drop whatever the idea that's false is and just live.
Yeah, I think what you just said, just be, just live, it's the most important thing, because I believe that, let's say that you have a target and you want to do something in your life very much, whatever that might be. And during the process, you have to do many, many things in order to achieve it. And, each day you change. Something happens, you change. Something you desire, you change. Something you do differently during your day, you change. And you have to change every day. So that target will, without a doubt, will change during time. And you will just try, if you're obsessed with something, to achieve something that is a false image of your former self, and you will just get even more away from what you wanted to do and from what you probably should do, create with your life and live your everyday life.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. All right, Antonis. Am I saying your name right? Is it Antonis? Antonis?
It's, yeah, the second one. And it's Adonis.
Oh, okay. Well, sir, there's a statue of you somewhere out in the world. You might want to go put a shirt on.
Well, our names, they're kind of funny here. My whole name is Antonis Karathanasopoulos, which is funnier than John Harris. John Harris is very cool, to say the truth. Yeah.
Oh. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Been spent many years in the making working on that name. So beautiful. All right. Well, I believe we chatted about everything. So thank you so much, Adonis, for coming on to the Rock Metal Podcast today.
Thanks a lot for the invitation. It's been very good to meet you. You're a very good person, and I wish you the best.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll make sure to let my wife know that somebody says I'm a good person.